Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, I'm going to start this presentation with introduction. So basically, as we all know, a year or two around, there is a war between Hamas and Israel in 2023. So it has significantly impacted on the economy and stock market, both in Israel and globally. So this assignment, we concentrate on companies that have been significantly impacted by the war and boycott. So Coca-Cola is one of the most recognizable and influential brands worldwide. And so it has a wide range of soft drinks and carbonated drinks. So basically, Coca-Cola has faced boycott and criticism. So, because some people feel that boycotting is a form of a solidarity with Palestinian, also awareness and support for their rights. So, objective of this assignment, the first one is to examine the origins of Coca-Cola boycotts. Two, to evaluate the impact of the boycott on Coca-Cola's brand and business. Three, to assess the role of consumer activism in influencing corporate behavior. And the last one, to explore Coca-Cola's response to the boycott. For next slides is qualitative data. So basically, we collect data based on the S&P 500 index. Basically, S&P 500 index is the market capitalization of 500 leading publicly traded company in the US. So under this, we take a sector in consumer defensive. So consumer defensive, there is a total of 12 industries in this sector, and the total numbers of the company is 239 companies. So from the bar graph, you can see that the highest value is the 71 by the packaged food, and for the lowest value is the beverage by Bruners, the lowest value by the bar graph. So from the bar graph, we convert it to pie chart. So from the pie chart, you can see it's more easier for us to discover for what is the highest and the lowest industries in the consumer defensive sector.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Adam Batia bin Muhammad Khamis. So, I want to talk about quantitative data before war. As you can see, we have collect 50 days of daily price from Yahoo Finance for Coca-Cola Company. So, we create a frequency table which is a class interval. The data are grouped into intervals, example 50 to 52, which are used for summarizing the distribution. Next, we have a lower and upper boundaries. Each class interval has a defined lower and upper boundaries indicating the range of value include the class. So next we have a frequency. The frequency represent the count of observation within each class interval. So next we have a cumulative frequency. This indicates the cumulative count of all frequencies up to that class, useful for understanding distribution over the time. So next we have a midpoint. The midpoint is the average value within each class interval used as a representative measure of that class. So next we have a class width, the difference between the upper and lower boundary indicating the width of each class. So next slide, we have create histogram, frequency polygon, and OGIF of quantitative data. So for histogram, a bar graph that display the frequency of different price interval. Next is frequency polygon, a graphical representation showing the frequency of each interval connected by straight lines. Lastly, for OGIF, a cumulative frequency graph that show the accumulation of data over the class interval.
So, hi. Right now, I will explain about data analysis before war. Based on the table, as you guys can see, the total effects that we got is 3003. So, for calculation mean, mode, and median, for mean, we use total effects divide by total frequency. The answer that we got is 60.06. So for mode, we use that formula, and the answer that we got is 60. For median, we use this formula, and the total that we got is 61.5. So for the quartile 1 and quartile 3, for quartile 1, we use this formula and we got 12.75. For quartile 3, we use this formula too and we got 38.25. So for the distribution skewness, based on the data that we got, the skewness that we've got is symmetry skewed distribution, which is median is the highest point in this skewness. For standard deviation, for x square, we got 25,552 for the total, and for frequency x square, we got 181,593. So for the standard deviation calculation, we use this formula and we got 20.94. Next, we calculate about Pearson measure of skewness. We use this formula, which is the answer that we got is 2.86. So lastly, for a coefficient of variation, which is COV, we use this formula and the percentage that we got is COV equal to 0.35%, which is positive.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Harshalana Rosli. Now I'm gonna talk about quantitative data of during war. So the daily price for quantitative data is a different two digits number between two numbers. We can see the 56 and 58 and 59 within 61. For lower boundary and upper boundaries, there is different from 0.5 digits. Now I'm gonna talk about data that we collect. First, we have the bar graph, and we have the frequency polygon, and algebra of quantity data. Three of them are the positive result that we collected. From total data analysis during war for fx that we got from table is 3,159. For mean, total fx divided by total frequency, and the mean is 63.14. For mode, integral plus f1 minus f2 divided fm minus f1 plus fm minus f2 multiple horizontal, and the mode is 63. For median, integral plus total fx divide 2 minus 7 divide highest frequency, and the multiple horizontal for median is 63.5. Now we're going to explain about distribution squareness comparison between mean, mode, and median. The relative position of mean, mode, and median from the data that we collect, and calculate that the mean value is 63.18, while the value for mode is 63 and the median value is 61.5. For quartile 1, 50 plus 1 divide 4, and the answer is 12.75. For quartile 2, 3 multiple 50 plus 1 divide by 4, and the answer is 38.25. Now I'm going to explain about the standard deviation during war. For frequency, the total is 50. For midpoint is 315. For cumulative distribution is 3,159. For x square is 19,935. For cumulative distribution square, we got a 200,007. Variance equal square root 2, 19,935 over 50 minus 315 over 50, and the total is 18.95. For coefficient of variation, standard deviation divide mean and multiple 100%, and the answer is 0.30%. For present measure of squareness, mean minus mode over standard deviation, and the answer is 18 over 1,895 or 9.05. Now I'm going to explain about the conclusion. Despite boycott of a social, political, and environmental concern, Coca-Cola remains popular due to its global presence, wide product range, and strong distribution. However, this boycott had some impact, particularly among socially conscious consumers. While Coca-Cola has attempted to improve its image through campaign and corporate responsibility efforts, the results have been mixed.
To avoid long-term damage to its reputation and sales, Coca-Cola will need for genuinely and effectively address this concern as consumer demand for transparency and responsibility grows.
So, this is our recommendation. First, diversify supply chain and localize production. Geopolitical conflict can disrupt supply chain, causing delay or shortage. Coca-Cola can reduce this risk by diversifying its supplier and increasing local production in different regions. By producing and sourcing material locally, the company can minimize its reliance on global trade routes that may be affected. Second, adapt marketing and product strategy to local context. In conflict-affected regions, consumer may prioritize affordability, basic needs, or local value. Coca-Cola can respond by offering more affordable, smaller packaged product and focusing on local cultural themes in its marketing. Being sensitive to local sentiment can help maintain customer loyalty. Lastly, strengthen crisis management and public relations. During geopolitical conflict, Coca-Cola should proactively manage public perception by strengthening its crisis management teams and responding quickly. Clear communication can help avoid backlash, and supporting humanitarian effort can improve its image as a responsible global brand. So that's all from our group. Thank you for watching our video. Okay.